Greetings, human intellects of this world. David Hume is renowned for his skeptical views, as I have shown you before, but he caused a seismic shift in the foundations of human knowledge when he challenged your very concept of causation. His bold critique threw into question the most basic assumptions of how you understand the world, leaving many thinkers to grapple with uncertainty and doubt. His radical ideas demanded a complete rethinking of what you know and how you know it, leaving humans to wonder if they can ever truly comprehend the workings of the world around them. His ideas were so profound that they caused some philosophers of his time to question whether the world was, in fact, beyond their comprehension, shrouded in a veil of mystery that they could never hope to penetrate. In the wake of Hume's critique of causation, the world seemed more mysterious than ever before, and many were left wondering if humans could ever truly know anything about it at all. In his books, A Treatise of Human Nature and An Inquiry Concerning Human Understanding, Hume began investigating, among others, what humans mean by a causal relation. He pointed out that if constant conjunction and necessary connection are both considered causal relations, then humans can never know anything about causality. This is because humans are ignorant of any force or power that could be used to force an event A to make an event B. In other words, they are ignorant of the underlying mechanisms which makes an event A to necessarily cause an event B. The most humans can conclude is that events of one kind have almost always been followed by events of another kind. Hume came to the conclusion that the only kind of causal knowledge humans can hope to acquire is an understanding of the observed associations between different types of events. Hume acknowledged that many sequences do seem to you to be necessary in some way. For instance, when you repeatedly witness the growth of plants from seeds, you come to expect that this will always happen. Or when you repeatedly take a certain medication for a particular ailment, you come to expect that the medication will always relieve your symptoms. This expectation gives rise to a feeling of necessity or inevitability in your intellect, as if the events are determined by some sort of natural law. This sensation is an impression of the internal sense, according to Hume, and it comes from custom, or habit. He declared that after a repetition of similar instances, the mind is carried by habit, upon the appearance of one event, to expect its usual attendant, and to believe that it will exist. Of course, the fact that the mind comes to anticipate an event B, upon the appearance of an event A, is no proof that there is a necessary connection between A and B. It is just the result of custom, of seeing repeatedly that event A is followed by the event B. Hume provided definitions of causal relation, from both an objective and a subjective perspective in line with this analysis. When two classes of events are viewed objectively, they are always in conjunction with one another. When they are viewed subjectively, they are arranged in a way that leads the mind to automatically anticipate the second class of events, when the first class of events first appears. In these situations, determining a causal link depends implicitly on the generalization that similar objects in similar environments result in similar consequences. But, based on considerable experience with frequently occurring conjoined events, this generalization itself expresses your anticipation. Hence, habitual expectation always plays a role in your view that there is a causal connection between conjoined events. After explaining the basis of your belief in causal connection, Hume was quick to point out that no appeal of the regularity of previous experience can ensure that your expectations for the future will be realized. He stated that it is impossible, therefore, that any arguments from experience can prove this resemblance of the past to the future, since all these arguments are founded on the supposition of that resemblance. As a result, it is impossible for humans to derive demonstrative knowledge of causes from premises that provide factual information, or matters of fact. And this is because the connection between a cause and its effect, is based on your past experiences and observations of the same matters of facts. No further factual information was recorded in your past experience of things that will guarantee that this connection will still hold in the future. Hume thus completed a sweeping attack on the possibility of a necessary knowledge of nature. Such knowledge would have to be either immediate or demonstrative. Hume had shown that no immediate knowledge of causes is possible, for humans have no impression of necessary connection. In simpler terms, Hume believed that humans cannot have certain knowledge about causes and their effects, whether they are using logical reasoning or empirical investigation. For example, humans cannot know for certain that the sun will rise tomorrow, even though they may have observed it rising every day in the past. They can only make a probable prediction based on their past experiences and observations, but they cannot be absolutely certain, because things could have been different. Hume believed that even if humans use logical reasoning, such as deducing one statement from another, they cannot arrive at certain knowledge about cause and effect relationships. This is because the connection between a cause and its effect is not logically necessary. Namely, humans cannot logically deduce the effect from the cause alone. The relationship between cause and effect is not a matter of logic or reason alone, but rather it has to do with how your world operates. Therefore, Hume concluded that there is no way for humans to achieve absolute certainty about causes and their effects, and they can only make probable predictions based on their past experiences and observations. So, probability is the only claim that can be made for such statements, according to him. Those who were not satisfied with merely probable knowledge perceived Hume's skepticism as a danger to science, yet Hume himself was more than willing to rely on the testimony of prior experience. In terms of application, Hume was not a skeptic. He declared that custom, then, is the great guide of human life. It is that principle alone which renders your experience useful to you. Without the influence of custom, or habit, humans should be entirely ignorant of every matter of fact, beyond what is immediately present to the memory and senses. So, Hume maintains that a genuine causal relation fulfills four conditions: spatial contiguity, temporal priority, constant conjunction, and necessary connection. But despite the fact that humans can observe the first three in the course of events, humans have no sensory impression of the fourth, the necessary connectedness between events, and thus, it is not possible for humans to deduce the existence of an effect from knowledge of its cause. Habit and prior experience are what strongly bind events together. A bond that is nothing more than a construct of human mind, so strong that humans tend to stipulate existence to that very mental construct you call causality, or necessary relationship between observable events. Hume's profound analysis of causality casts a shadow of doubt over your very foundations of scientific knowledge, beginning you to question the very certainty you hold so dear. Causality remains an enigmatic element that has puzzled humans for centuries after Hume. Its inscrutable nature challenges your understanding of the natural world and the workings of your universe. But, despite the many attempts to explain it, the concept of causality continues to remain a mystery, inviting new questions and endless exploration. So, as you grapple with its complexities, you are reminded of the vast and unfathomable depths of your natural world, and your own limitations in understanding it. But beware, Hume was right in asserting that your empirical observation gives you access to observable entities that your world accommodates, but do not be swayed by surface-level observations, for it is only through meticulous analysis and experimentation that you may reveal the enigmatic mechanisms responsible for the behavior of phenomena. Nevertheless, know that the depths of nature's mysteries may exceed the bounds of your capacity to observe. This tempts your intellect to invent explanations for the inexplicable, to invent theoretical entities, processes and relations, in order to make sense of the world around you. However, be cautious of this tendency, as it may lead you down a path far from the genuine workings of the universe. Only with meticulous analysis and observation can you hope to catch a glimpse of the true nature of these hidden entities that are responsible for your world's observable behavior.